Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today we've got an update on the French FT17 1 in 35 scale from Meng. If people don't remember, I attempted, some good friends of the channel, Mr. and Mrs. Beetle, sent me one, a full interior kit a while ago. And I was saying a while ago because I don't know if it's 2 years, 3 years, whatever, but and I made a right mess of it. I couldn't put it together, and they were just really good and sent me this one, but without the, I mean, it's got the driver's part in it, and I'm not sure if it's got the breech, can't remember now at the moment, but the engine's not in it and things like that, and it was still being really challenging to say the least. But I'm so chuffed, as I said on my last video, I've actually got it together. It's not how I'd want it. There's the seams between on the turret and that. There was gaps all over the place, which it's Meng, so it can't be a bad kit. It's got to be me. But I've just not been able to do the kit justice. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't show up too well on close inspection. Let's put it that way. Today I just want to show you that it's got its base paint on now, which I ended up doing with the brush. Well, not the main. I black coated it, then put the white on in different splodges and that, just to try and put some tonal variations on. And I bought a mask, that putty mask from AK. Now, I don't know about you guys, I don't know if it's because it's warm here, if it needs to self-level. But when you pulled it apart, it was really stringy, like little wispy hairs coming off it. But the problem with this particular tank is, I'll show you in a minute where masking was concerned, and it was just easier to. I used an AK weathering pencil. I'd only got the black and white set, or the metallic. Well, I couldn't use the metallic, so I just used a smoke colour, and I just went round and then filled in the obviously the middle with the paint with a paintbrush. I did try and use my airbrush, and I've seen people say really lower the pressure to like 5 psi, get really close, and I tried it, and I was still getting overspray, and it would have just turned all the other, the base coat into, nothing really. So it would look really bad. So in the end, I thought, oh, let's bite the bullet. There's no law says you can't hand paint camouflage on. There's, where does it say you must use an airbrush? That's what I'm sticking to anyway. So join me at the bench, and we'll have a quick look at the FT17. Right guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. This is my effort so far, and yes, let's get it out of the way first. Gav has actually built 2 rows of tracks. I must say, whether it's just because obviously they were a very basic track back in the day, or the front sections were, they literally just snap together, and they can come apart, but they're not so fragile that they fall to pieces, if that makes sense. I've coated them, it's like a rubber black, really. It's I believe AK, and this is a lacquer on here, I believe AK call it a Soviet black, and it's like a browny black. So we'll work on that in the coming days. So there's 2 rows there, and there's about a dozen spares as well, so that's good. You never know, I still might need them. Right, let's have a look at the tank itself. As I say, I've roughly copied the camouflage pattern on the obviously the colour call out sheets. Yeah, that side it's designed to be, it is quite flat, whereas the others are in out. This particular one that goes over isn't so much. I've got lots to do yet. Now on the let me use my pointy stick. This is like a little toolbox, I presume. I even love how they've moulded for all its problems, it is a lovely looking kit. As I say, for you experienced modelers out there, it'd make a stunning little FT17. But they've even moulded on a little padlock, which I thought was good. Now that is actually painted, literally, because obviously it's been stuck on in the factory. But I just thought for a bit of difference, I was going to actually paint mine wood, just as a bit of difference. Yeah, it's going to have mud on it and stuff, so is it really worth it? But yeah, I'm going to paint that wood just for a change, really. Say that, you know, maybe the box had been damaged, and the crew have put another one on that they've found. This was a real trial to put together. It was a good learning curve. I've actually ended up jamming everything up, so it doesn't even actually move, which means that you know, there's spring on here. No, let's not tempt fate. So nothing actually really moves, but I wanted to just do my best with it, you know. Obviously the track's going to run around here as well, and they're obviously as part of as shown on the box art, you know, they've obviously got no covers on. The problem is though, once you stick it to the side of the tank, obviously it's quite in the way of doing your spraying, if that makes sense. So providing you've marked off the camo pattern already, you could really probably do with just painting the sides off the tank and then sticking it on, because it locates fairly easy. Although I've had to super glue mine on with there's a lot of super glue on this tank, but I've had to super glue this one just because of the metal onto the plastic on that side, because this is a metal piece in there, because it is designed to actually move up and down. Got some tools to put on as well. Obviously left on, that tool had to go on because it had to come under the actual metal piece here, so that's going to have to be redone. It was actually all painted. Canvas tarp over the back there that's folded up, that's got to be painted still. I think in most of these, because they'd started from making steam rollers and traction engines, they always had that nice fancy brass plaque, and it seemed to be whatever country in the world, you know, did it, because obviously they came from an agricultural background, and they show it. I think they show it painted brass. You know, well, I can't really see the crew bothering to, you know, it's not the favoured traction engine, you know, that's they'd use on the farms and that. So I've just painted that over. I've had to leave this open. We haven't got much room here, I'm sorry. Let's just see if we can go back a bit. There we go. I've had to leave this open. There's tape over it at the moment, but when I tried to put it together, there were such huge gaps I couldn't have even filled them and then tried to sand them properly, so I've ended up just opening it up. It's got to be painted white, these two inside panels yet. I just didn't think there was much point when I was spraying around. Exhaust has got to be done as well. That's still just where the paint's gone over it. And the paint itself, that's only one application, so what I'm going to be doing is putting some varnish over it, and then doing some oils on it, and that will bring some darker areas and some lighter areas on the green and the red-brown camouflage. These metal plates here, and these are photo etch plates on the back, whether they were there to give extra protection for the engine, but they've got the great big heart symbol, decal goes on the back there. So, yep, that's our FT17. As I say, it's let me just see if we can get in closer. As you can see all the really badly filled joins. That's what I'm saying. It's such a shame. It's a lovely little tank, and as I say, for you guys that are regular builders and better builders, you know, you could do a hell of a lot more with it. But I've had it a long time, and I just wanted to show Mr. and Mrs. Beetle that, you know, they weren't just sending me stuff and it was just sitting in a stash pile. I still haven't completed or painted the blooming snow speeder yet. It's all, as I say, it's all, but you can't not, you know, I mean, you can just race ahead with that thing because it just clips together, and it's still just waiting for a paint. I have masked the canopy, but it's just waiting. It'll get done in the next few days. But yeah, that's our FT17. I would imagine now it's not going to be too long before completion. I have built I can't get in here, but I've let's just move this out of the way for a second. I have built the Dio box up, if you want to call it display light box, but there's a lot of what I'd like to, you know, fill in and try and cover up. So I'd even bought some barbed wire for it, but I probably won't be using it for this build. But it's a cracking little diode to present other stuff on. So it is going to get textured and barbed wire and things, but it's just probably not used for this tank. Mike at Bassmaster Models had sent me some little cobble display things, so I'm going to put her on that for the final reveal. So thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. I'm just going to do a quick face to camera because there's something else I want to say. Right guys, just wanted to say, give you an update on the IPMS Telford thing. I said if I could get a ticket. What I've actually done is rejoin the IPMS. I was a member for I don't know if it was a year or 2 years before 20. I think it's 2018. I was the last time I was a member. So I've rejoined the IPMS, and that gives me, provided if they stick to what they say on the website, that gives me as normal the 2 days I can go to the show. Well, one day will probably burn me out, but what my reason behind it was, I think it was about £21, and you still get your quarterly magazines and you know, your discounts and stuff like that with traders. I just thought it was a good idea because it's going to be a bit of a lottery, Telford, I would have thought, ticket wise. It could be tickets are really slow because, as we say, no matter what people try and say, it's going to be a coronavirus stew pot. You know, it will be, you know, it's just how it is. So you'll have people that won't want to go for obvious reasons. You've got a lot of people that can't make plans because although they've done their best and, you know, they've announced it a couple of months beforehand, it's, you know, other people need to book hotels and long-term stuff, and that includes traders and that. You know, you don't know who's going to be there. I just need to have instead of having a coronavirus jab, which I have, I've got my two, I just want a jab of building me up a bit, you know, just enjoying. As I say, I don't get out, literally, you know, apart from taking my pop out, I don't really get out. So to actually see the things I enjoy is very, very rare. So you know, I'm going to risk the coronavirus, and you know, I'm just going to get myself one of them giant hamster balls and just roll myself around the show. If I do knock your modelling tables over, I apologise in advance. But no, so it might be an idea. You know, if you do want to go to the show, maybe think of joining the IPMS because you'll be guaranteed. I don't know about. I mean, normal times you normally get let in an hour earlier if you've got there early. Obviously, I'm not sure how that's going to run because of getting people in and out. Like they say, they're having to do special measures getting people in and out, and you know, all that type of stuff. But you could find yourself, if it is oversubscribed, you could find yourself not getting a ticket. You know, and if you really want to go like myself, that's going to be disappointing. So yeah, you might want to think of joining. If you join, you know, you're going to be allowed in both days. I say normally when I've gone before as an IPS member, you get fast tracked through in your own area, you know, and it literally is normally fast tracked through. Now, obviously, there could be coronavirus showing a coronavirus, you've been jabbed and all that stuff. So there is going to probably be delays this year. But yeah, just a thought. If you fancy going, get yourself, you know, and you're not a member of the IPMS, think about joining. As I say, you could find that there's nobody. Well, not saying nobody going to Telford, but there's not as many. Or you could find, you know, as a release valve, people who just want to get to a model show, you know. And I know some people have already been going. Steve Jones put a great one up from I'm sorry, Steve, I can't remember where it was, but down south. You know, some people are going around to model shows. I think Jason over at Model Stuff. Oh, Jason, sorry, my head. But you know, he's gone to, I think it was the Stoke show. So yeah, you know, get yourselves out and have a day out, 2 days out if you remember. Oh yes, at the model show at Telford this year. Right, I think that's it. Yeah, upcoming videos. We've got, what have we got? Obviously the FT17 will carry on going. We must be on the slippery slope now. It must be at last getting to a conclusion. What else have I got? I must admit, the Tommy's War figure diorama, that's stalled for a minute, only because I've been trying to push the FT17. Snowspeeder's stalled, but the Snowspeeder is, all it needs is I say now, is a paint over. So that's just really when I break out the airbrush again. I'm just about to paint the last bits on some 30-year war commission 28mm figures, and they'll have a video up sometime either the weekend or early part of next week. The beginners paint series I'm doing, that figure hopefully will get the orange on it between now and Monday. So there should be a video floating around. It'll be impromptu like the last one. When I've got an hour on, I just say to myself, yeah, get it done. I'm really looking forward to starting to work on HMS Kent, which is my 1 in 350 scale Type 23 Royal Navy frigate. I've got photo etch for that from Atlantic Models, and I contacted Peter the other day from Atlantic Models, and he's sending me some decals. Again, thanks for Jason for the heads up on that, for the warning signs on the ship. I don't think they're all there, but I'm even still thinking of having a go. I haven't got Photoshop, so I'm not sure how the hell I'll do it, but I am trying to think of how it work in a way of finding some other decals as well, because they are fairly well plastered on these ships, and I'd like to give it. I'm actually going to try and do a lot of scratch building on this ship. I can't afford, although I've got photo etch for it. It's not like one of these Pontos things. It was like, £20 odd, not £120, so, or whatever it costs. So there's a lot that I'm not going to have, and I ain't got the money to upgrade one that much. So I'm going to do my very best. I've been looking at loads and loads of photographs and storing them and all the rest of it, and I'm hoping to really hit that with some extra wires here and bits of plasticard, plastic sheet, makeup bits and pieces, you name it. I'm going to have a go on it. So that starts soon. I would prefer to get the FT17 done before I start that. So there's a push to get that one done. I've also got some... Sorry about that. Archie obviously thinks there's somebody at the door. There isn't. Right. Yeah. He gave me a heart attack then. Yeah. He's really blown me it now, isn't he? So, yeah, there's loads. I've got 6mm. That was it. I'm going to do. I'm just painting through a bag of Bacchus 6mm figures. That's what I was after. And I've got a second bag, and what I'm going to do is have an unboxing of the raw figures and have a look at the painted figures. I thought that was a good idea. So they're just literally being done. I've got some somewhere in the background here now, when I've got the right colour where I'm painting the naps. Yes, I know they're actually American War of Independence British. Blue coated French, red coated British. But you know what I mean, I'm just doing it as and when. So that might be another week or so before you see those. Anything else? Any other business, as Jonathan Mock would say? No, I don't think so. Thanks for stopping by and taking a look. We'll catch each other very, very soon on another video. And as we all know, Gav's knocking about the park at the moment. Just another thing as well, where I'm thinking about it. Some of the guys, I absolutely understand some of what I call my regulars. Fellow channel buddies, or even, the guys that do the comments and that. I've always said this. I do these videos for me, but with the hope that other people can enjoy them as well. I absolutely understand you can't watch all the videos that I do. They're 20 minutes long, half an hour long, an hour long. So I really do get it. So don't feel under pressure that you've got to put a comment down, because I absolutely understand. And because I cross two genres, figure painting, modelling, there's a lot of people that haven't got the slightest interest in a 1 in 350 scale British frigate. They haven't got any interest in a 1 in 35 scale World War One French tank, but they have got a lot of interest in figures, and then vice versa. So I absolutely get it, guys. I get it that that's the thing of not being a channel that's one thing or the other. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at my battery on. I've got two batteries for this this camera, and this must be one of the oldest one because it goes through them really quick. Either that or I talk a lot. Yeah, must get a battery because I'll need to do a lot of filming at Telford. We're still months away yet. Right, take care, guys. Speak soon.